The TVWAN News is proudly brought to you by
Hello and welcome to Wednesday's news. Lae is celebrating another milestone with the groundbreaking of its redeveloped main market valued at over 100 million kina. The upgraded facilities were funded by the Australian and New Zealand governments and the Lae City Authority. The breakup of costs is 125 million kina from the Australian government, 12 million from the New Zealand government and 5 million from Lae City Authority. The upgraded market is projected to cater for 1,300 vendors and will have 20 kiosks for small and medium enterprises in an environment that is said to be modern, sustainable and inclusive. The Port Moresby Nature Park opened its revived 50th Independence Anniversary Orchid Garden today. The garden houses orchids from the country's 4 regions, signifying the 50th Independence theme, Unity in Diversity.
Known as the Botanical Gardens in the 1970s, the Orchid Garden was left unattended and, as a result, abandoned for decades.
This tells the story of how that happened all the way up to when Michelle and Brett came over 13 years ago and changed it into the Port Moresby Nature Park as it is today.
The board of the Port Moresby Nature Park, with the support of sponsors including NCDC, Santos and Digital PNG, revived the Orchid Garden, a significant part of the garden. The new look Orchid Garden was opened today to celebrate the vibrant orchids from all regions in the country and importantly illustrate the country's 50th independence theme, Unity in Diversity. Santos PNG Country Chair Leon Baskins and City Governor Paul Spock and Port Moresby Nature Park Chair Lady Lorna McPherson opened the garden.
Happy Independence, Papua New Guinea!
Yay! Woo! So 50th anniversary garden!
McPherson said the revival of the Orchid Garden is a call to action in conservation and protecting culture.
Myself and JP and the board, we decided that what could we do, but we would revive the park. We wanted to make a living tribute to Papua New Guinea's 50th independence. What did that mean? Well, it meant that every region and every area of Papua New Guinea had to become part of the park. Even though the park was on Motakoita land, we felt that to bring that unity, we had to bring everybody and be part of it as well. And each section of the park that you'll see today tells a story.
McPherson said Nature Park conserves both plants and animals and often faces financial constraints to maintain these programs. The support of sponsors strengthen these efforts.
We do struggle sometimes with funding, so I will always, as a chair, say if anybody can donate more to the park. We've got so many animals that we have to upkeep, conservation programs that we run. We go all over Papua New Guinea rescuing animals as well. The tree kangaroo conservation program, the frogs, you name it, we're part of it.
Mr. Baskins said reviving and sustaining environmental conservation efforts is a commitment Santos made to the nature park to safeguard the rare orchid species.
This is more than a naming, branding right for us. This is more than that. It's about, as Lorna, you said at the start, it's more than that. It's capturing something beyond our branding.
The NCD Governor said the Orchid Garden is a living tribute to the nation's 50th independence anniversary.
It's a very important occasion for all of us. we opened the Papua New Guinea 50th Independence Anniversary Garden. This garden stands as a living tribute to our nation's 50 years of independence. And it is fitting that it sits within the Port Moresby Nature Park, formerly the Botanical Gardens.
Tracy Pa, TV1 News.
The governor for NCD also said the reviving of the Orchid Garden calls for Papua New Guineans to put more effort into conservation in protecting its flora and fauna, most of which are becoming endangered.
50 years of independence, this anniversary garden becomes both a living classroom and a symbol of what can be achieved when communities, government, and partners work together. May it inspire renewed respect for our natural species and our shared heritage. And on this point, I want to also use this opportunity and this event to call on all of us in government, in the corporate, at the subnational level, all our people to put more effort into conservation and protecting our natural flora, like today, and also fauna. A lot of flora and equally fauna are becoming endangered. And that should worry all of us because all of them are equally important.
For the first time, the vibrant community of Kutubu gathered in Pimaga to celebrate the country's independence, marking a significant milestone in the region's history. The celebration was also a reaffirmation of local identity and unity.
People from across Kutubu converged in Pimaga on Tuesday, September 16, 2025, transforming the area into a lively hub of cultural expression. Traditional dancing, singing, and a variety of fun activities filled the air. It was joyous and exciting. The celebration served as both a commemoration of independence and a reaffirmation of local identity and unity. The event featured colorful performances that highlighted the diverse cultures within Kutubu, fostering a sense of pride among participants and spectators alike. Local artisans displayed their crafts, traditional food vendors offered delicious cuisine, and children engaged in games, creating a festive atmosphere that resonated with both longing and hope for the future. During his address, LLG President John Pipikila emphasized the importance of independence and the collective journey of the Kutubu people.
Miga Sablo Mosby na enjoying Mass 16 September Mosby but meeting in Miga. Because now you know the Papua New Guinea flag come here and me spending 20,000. Lo nemblo you brought that. Give me spending. How much for boxing come here and me banda mi sala miga. Mi stable and you. Thank you through you brought respecting me, you brought the staff here. Thank you Lord the Sinchin group. Thank you Lord the Mama Moropetu come Sinchin Lunghap. Thank you through me welcome you brought. Now kita drama one something you making. Thank you through me welcome you brought. Miga people amamas. Papa God, I'm kidding. Good luck whether na bigger people amamas Papa God wanna people of Kutubu.
The success of this inaugural celebration laid the groundwork for future festivities, promising to become a cherished tradition for generations to come. Freddie Moe, TV1 News.
Papua New Guinea and Australia have agreed on the text of a mutual defense treaty, which will be signed following cabinet processes in both countries. A joint communique on this was issued this morning between Australian Prime Minister Anthony Albanese and PNG Prime Minister James Marape.
Australia and Papua New Guinea are set to join military forces as part of the landmark Pukpuk Treaty signed this morning. The deal will allow the defense forces from each country to recruit each other's citizens and be legally obliged to defend each other from a military attack on either territory under the landmark. the core principles of the Pukpuk Treaty will include a mutual defense alliance which recognizes that an armed attack on Australia or PNG would be a danger to the peace and security of both countries, expansion and modernization of the defense relationship, strengthening and expanding defense cooperation through enhanced capability, ensuring any activities or agreements or arrangements with third parties would not compromise the ability of either of the parties to implement the treaty, and reaffirming both countries' absolute respect for its neighbors' sovereignty. PNG proposed this alliance in its 50th year of independence, and Australia honored to agree. The alliance will be grounded in 50 years of cooperation as equal partners and will build on both countries' unique security relationship, the foundation of which is the kinship between generations of defense personnel. It will also recognize the sacrifices their peoples have made for each other and the cause of peace and the two nations' enduring commitment to the principles of democracy and sovereignty. The treaty marks the beginning of a historic new chapter between the two countries and will reflect and deepen the trust both countries share. Freddie Mo, TVWAN News.
This is TVWAN News. We'll have more stories on independence celebrations around the country when we come back.
Banking doesn't have to be complicated. With PSP's One Talk Wallet, control your money wherever, whenever. Dial *131#, enter your PIN, select cash in or out, and generate a secure code to withdraw cash. It's the only wallet for cardless ATM withdrawals. Send and receive funds, pay for goods and bills, or withdraw cash with ease. All with PSP's One Talk Wallet. PSP's One Talk Wallet. Money made easy. Dial *131# today.
Hiya, Mama. You wait then, but me add him special flavor.
Put in more flavor, put in more taste. Magic kakaru, get up a big smile on face. Time cook him chicken, a great kumutu. Sip, sip, the moo, yes, magic on you.
Maggi, PNG and Mia. Pine PNG made.
We've been traveling along this road together for over 50 years. Ella Motors acknowledges the visionaries and hard work that have been the driving strength to continued nation building. We live, prosper, sustainably grow with the community, whilst developing quality mobility chains, aspiring to be your first choice on every occasion. Ella Motors, celebrating with Papua New Guinea throughout our independence golden jubilee.
Pepsi bottle. Tell him shorty come get it in. Come grind on me, but met it in. Mommy get loose, get loose, get loose. Pepsi in my hand, ice cold, no excuse. I tell him who's gonna bring the roof down. Pepsi with the fresh sound. Tell him who's gonna bring the roof down. Pepsi with that fresh sound. Pepsi, give me some Pepsi bottle. Pepsi, you like it? Pepsi, you like it? Pepsi bottle.
For Simon, life is simple. Dreams seem distant, yet hope remains. One ticket, one dream. Simon's world changed forever. Yes! From small dreams to big possibilities. The One Talk Jackpot is here for everyone. Win big every day.
Life is about making memories, sharing new adventures. Go beyond the familiar. Don't let bacteria hold you back from experiencing the world. Protex uses natural antibacterial protection with flaxseed oil and eliminates 99.9% of bacteria. Free yourself. Go beyond with Protex.
Sometimes over the years, New South Wales have been obsessed with size, and talent. 2001, series locked at 1-1. We need a halfback. The Queenslanders need a halfback. Where do we go to?
make a phone call to Alan Langer. That is true. There's all the Queenslanders here.
Oh my God, what was that? Keep going. Oh, it's worms.
Welcome back. The beautiful and historic Rabaul town lit up on Independence Day, Tuesday, 16 September, in PNG colors and traditional attire from around the country. Residents took to the streets to commemorate the country's 50th independence anniversary, as well as the 31st twin volcanic eruption. As part of the annual Frangipani Festival, the program started at 4 a.m. with the Kinavai ceremony, a sacred Tolai ritual with TVWANs arriving by canoe at dawn. This was followed by the Frangipani float parade around Rabaul town, including cultural performances, local band performances, and fun family activities at the Queen Elizabeth Park. The Frangipani float parade involved business houses and state institutions from Rabaul town and Kokopo. The people of North Fly district turned out in large numbers on Tuesday as well to celebrate PNG's 50th independence anniversary with a colorful program that combined military parades, cultural performances, speeches, and a historic medallion presentation.
September 16 celebrations in North Fly district of Western Province began with a prayer before the disciplined forces led a march from the district house junction to the main field, where a general salute and flag raising followed. It drew large cheers from all who gathered. Local schools showcased their discipline through a spectacular pattern march, adding to the spirit of the Golden Jubilee. In his address, North Fly MP James Donald acknowledged the diverse tribes of the district and called on all citizens to embrace national unity. The highlight of the day was the presentation of independence medallions to over 100 recipients. Among those honored was former KIAP and respected political leader at North Fly district, Darren Dutton, recognized for his long-standing service and contributions to Western Province. His wife Joy Dutton was also honored for her dedicated role in supporting community development across North Fly. The medallion ceremony drew emotional moments as recipients, young and old, were celebrated for their roles in shaping the district's history. Festivities continue in the afternoon, with singing groups showcasing the cultural diversity of North Fly, followed by open dances that fill the arena with color, rhythm, and traditional pride. The evening closed with performances from local bands and featured artists, bringing the Golden Jubilee celebration to a joyous conclusion. Susan Oriape, TVWAN News.
And the Northern Province also joined the rest of the country to mark its 50th independence milestone with cultural exhibitions, music, and a song and dance at the Independence Oval in Popondetta town. They showed unity and patriotism under the theme Celebrating Our Identity. The four-day event, which started on Sunday, September 14, was organized by provincial leaders with activities currently underway in Popondetta town. A church service opened Sunday celebrations. The focus was on spiritual renewal through community prayer and gospel music. On Monday, the flotilla parade and display was staged. Business houses, government agencies, and community groups showcase their vessels. In these trying times, provincial leaders urged the people to put God first. This message was cemented in their hearts through gospel songs sung by local musicians. As Papua New Guinea steps into the first days of its next 50-year journey, the demand for real change echoes louder than at any other time since the country lowered the Australian flag on September 16, 1975. The brief visit of the Australian Deputy Prime Minister Richard Marles to the PNG Trade Union Congress headquarters on September 15 symbolically flicked the switch for a much-needed hard reset, particularly at the institutional level.
General Secretary for Trade Union Congress, Clemens Canau, said the Australian Deputy Prime Minister's visit just one day before Independence Day served as an unspoken recognition that trade unionism in PNG predates the country itself. He said the first recorded strike, led by Sumsuma in the Rabaul copra plantations, occurred in 1929, while PNG TUC was formally established as the Federation of Workers' Union in 1969, 6 years before independence. Canau said the official opening and naming of PASCA's Solidarity Hub at the PNG TUC building by Miles reflects the new direction of engagement for the National Workers' Centre.
Through it, John pulls out his beetle nut and then starts doing it. So
yeah, so we wanna do this in this order.
Yeah.
And I mean, he's done a lot of legacy stuff.
Yeah.
And he's done a lot of solidarity stuff. I mean, the guy passed on 19 oldies last year. So we want to do this, and it'd be fitting to have his brother do the official yes announcement, and then this project goes on. And by the way, thank you for the support, 17 million to the PNG level government.
Yeah.
We're very much part of this program, country work program, and every other programs in the Labour Department. We want to also be part of, and we've been given the invite, and yes, obviously we are at the peak of it, and we're excited. Thank you very much.
Fantastic.
He further stated that this direction signals less focus on internal trade union politics and greater emphasis on active participation in socio-economic policy, positioning the PNG TUC as a key stakeholder in the national development. At the peak of it all, Canau says maintaining the supremacy of the Constitution over Parliament and defending democracy for justice, liberty and dignity for all remains the epicenter of PNG TUC work. Freddie Moe, TVWAN News.
And the TVWAN group of companies this week donated food and drinks to more than 700 prisoners at the Bomana prison for the 50th anniversary independence celebration. CEO Gaius Buya said his business has supported communities over the years, and this donation is significant in that it was important to the company that inmates were included in this 50th anniversary celebration.
The TVWAN group of companies donated cartons of frozen food and beverages to inmates of the Bomana prison and prison wardens and their families as part of its community commitment, and this case to celebrate the country's 50th anniversary. Bomana Prison Minor Security Unit Officer in Charge, Senior Inspector Joe Yamason, received the donation from TVWAN group of companies, Chief Executive Officer Gaius Buya and his team. He acknowledged the company's continued support and contribution on many occasions, thanking them for putting smiles on the faces of the prisoners. Senior Inspector Yamason emphasized that the company has no formal ties with the correctional services but continues to provide support. CEO Buya, a long-time resident of Port Moresby, said his business has supported communities over the years, and this donation is significant as it ensures prisoners has something to celebrate this independence.
50 years. So this is like big plus something. So me come, me plan, our all the Buya group of company on behalf of all over the camp do plan, share him. It's like independence to on the plan. Okay.
Senior Inspector Yamason said the prison currently houses more than 700 prisoners, with 400 convicted and the rest on remand. The prison population includes 60 women, 32 juveniles, and the rest are adult males on high security and minimum security units. Susan Oreape, TVWAN News.
As this is a public holiday, the market report was not provided to the newsroom. We apologize for the inconvenience. After the break, I'll look at what's making headlines in the region.
For too long, banking has felt out of reach for many. But now, PSP's One-Took Wallet is here to change that. Send and receive money, pay bills, and top up. It's your money, wherever, whenever. Because at PSP, we are committed to improving how our customers connect to our One-Talks, to our family, to the ones we love. BSP's One-Took Wallet. Money made easy. Dial *131# for everyone.
A true champion is measured by their courage, their determination, and their passion to never give up and to always keep trying. With a delicious Milo in milk taste and added nutrients, Milo in milk is a great way to fuel our little champions with nourishing energy every day. Because true champions give it their all.
Milo, PNG and Mia. Prime PNG made.
Cold Power Citrus Blast uses stain-fighting active particles to remove dirt, grease and stains from your family's washing with less scrubbing and rubbing, reducing wear and tear and saving you time. Cold Power Citrus Blast has an amazing citrus fragrance that gives that extra freshness that will last all day long.
The PNG LNG project has now generated more than 30 billion kina for Papua New Guinea since production commenced. Nearly half of this amount has been paid as tax. Equity distributions are paid to KPHL and MRDC based on the interest they hold. Tax is paid to the IRC, while development levies and royalties are paid to DPE. For more information on direct and indirect benefits, visit PNG EITI's website.
100% proudly PNG-owned Tassian Group would like to wish you and your loved ones a beautiful Golden Jubilee 50th Independence. Thank you for being a valued part of our community. Let's continue the journey for another 50 years together. Proudly PNG.
Enjoying life when we work together, making happy memories that last forever. Hiding, talk, young or old, as calories, family meal with home. We'll bring out the smiles, cause it's our favorite one minds. Tennessee cola, scale rice, don't scale price. Tennessee cola, scale rice, don't scale price. Amber, you like it?
Toby Sexton dropped.
But this doesn't pull apart their greatest strength.
This is the future. This is the way they want to go.
Why was Harry Grant the right man to take over?
I just thought it was the right thing to do. Obviously, you know, his best position we think is fullback.
Queensland have done the unthinkable.
It was unbelievable emotion. And good on Cameron. Very, very brave to get out there and play.
Welcome back to TV1 News. Changes to Australian food safety regulations, which came into force this month, opened the door to new kinds of gene-edited meats on the market. It has the potential to speed up traditional breeding of animals and plants by decades. Gene-edited chickens are already in development in Australia, but not for human consumption. Faster-growing fish, heat-tolerant cows and disease-resistant pigs are among a new class of animals that are being genetically engineered for the dining table. In the past 6 years, several gene-edited animals have been approved for consumption in Japan, the US, and several South American countries. Similar meat products could soon be sold in Australia without lengthy regulatory testing or labels indicating what DNA altercations have been made. With the National Climate Risk Report, there are warnings that up to 185,000 Queensland residence buildings could be in very high-risk areas if Australia warms up above than 3 degrees.
The floodwaters have long dried, but almost 2 years on from tropical cyclone Jasper, Derek Greaves still isn't back in his house.
People now who still haven't had their houses fixed, like myself and next door, and it's emotional. It's extremely emotional.
A national report warns more properties in Queensland will be at risk from a changing climate, predicting if global temperatures rise above 3 degrees, there could be up to 185,000 residential buildings in the state at very high risk of exposure to floods, bushfires, tropical cyclones and heat waves.
I'm really concerned. This is going to mean that homes are going to be uninsurable, people are going to have to move.
At McEwen's Beach south of Mackay, erosion is a persistent threat. Locals paid for their own rock wall here almost 10 years ago. It's bought them time.
We love the beach, we love it here, we love the climate.
But the mayor says authorities need to plan for the worst case.
At some stage in the future, when all of the seabed walls and the rock walls and the bagged walls don't work, retreat's going to be the only answer.
The report cautions by 2050, climate risks are predicted to escalate, with areas including the Fraser Coast likely to face heightened vulnerabilities. By 2090, it's expected to experience severe consequences. It also lays bare the health risks from longer, more severe heat waves.
It's concerning to see some of the data.
At 3 degrees of warming, heat-related deaths in Townsville could rise by a staggering 335%.
We know that in Queensland, our population can be quite vulnerable. Our population is ageing.
The federal government plans to develop an action agenda with the states by the end of 2026.
Protesters in Timor-Leste have vowed to continue rallying until a plan to buy new cars for MPs is overturned as demonstrators clashed with police on the streets of the nation's capital. Timor-Leste's Prime Minister called on protesters to resist violence after demonstrators in Dili burnt tyres, a government vehicle near the Parliament building, and hurled rocks toward police officers who responded with tear gas. About 2,000 protesters, roughly double the number, who took to the streets on Monday, gathered near the National Parliament to oppose a plan to procure Toyota Prado SUVs for each of the 65 members of Parliament. Social media companies won't have to verify the age of every user under plans to ban children on apps such as Facebook, TikTok and Instagram. The Australian government has released guidelines which the tech giants will have to adhere to from December.
Scrolling, sending, soon to change for younger Australians.
We've arrived at a regulatory guidance that is reasonable, feasible and fair.
The E-Safety Commissioner releasing new terms and conditions for tech companies which will restrict under 16s from accessing social media.
The guidance is not prescriptive. It recognises the diversity of platforms, technologies, approaches available.
The new guidelines state there's no one set of measures suitable for all platforms. Companies can choose which age assurance technology to use, but E-Safety recommends multiple methods to check a person's age.
Scanning someone's face, looking at the history of their use of account. Having a lot of these in a row can increase their accuracy, but what it actually admits is that none of these tools by themselves was found to be good enough to do the job.
The ban comes into place from December 10. Companies won't need to verify the age of every user, but fines of up to $50 million will be imposed if there are systemic failures to take children off the platform.
We are not anticipating perfection here. These are world-leading laws, but we are requiring meaningful change.
What we're seeing here is likely a best compromise in terms of holding the tech companies to try to enact the legislation while acknowledging that the system is certainly not perfect.
The guidelines providing wriggle room for companies to enforce the rules in a way they see fit, meaning children will notice different approaches across the apps.
This is going to be a challenge, I think, to make sure that we do this safely with young people and families. But to be honest, we welcome any chance to make online environments safer.
The Prime Minister is keen to spruik what he calls world-leading legislation when he meets with political leaders in the United States next week. But in a sign there's still more work to be done, the E-Safety Commissioner is travelling to Silicon Valley for talks with tech companies who still have some reservations.
The Israeli military says its expanded operation in Gaza City has begun, reports the Associated Press. Earlier reports by Axios and CNN said a ground offensive to occupy Gaza City was underway. Israeli strikes and shelling intensified overnight, with hundreds fleeing the city. According to local media, tanks have reached the center of Gaza City. Earlier, Israel's defense minister said that Gaza is burning.
According to people there, they say there's been a very intense bombardment starting last night local time, continuing into this morning, and the Arabic language spokesman for the Israeli military says Gaza City is now a dangerous combat zone, giving probably the closest thing we'll get to official confirmation that the operation has begun. Some media outlets are reporting Israeli officials quietly confirming that the operation is underway, and the Israeli military is telling civilians in Gaza City they must evacuate now. They must head to the coastal road and move to the south. Already hundreds of thousands of people have done that, and I'm told it's a very chaotic scene as people flee Gaza City. There's even some reports of armoured vehicles moving in to the urban area on the densely sort of populated western side of the city itself. So yes, it does look like that operation that Israel's been threatening for some weeks now has actually started.
China's Coast Guard fired water cannons at Philippine ships near the disputed Scarborough Shoal in the South China Sea and accused Manila of an illegal intrusion and the ramming of one of its vessels. The confrontation comes a week after China approved plans to turn the shoal into a national nature reserve. Tuesday's encounter at the 150 square kilometer chain of reefs and rocks involved more than 10 Philippine ships, Ganyu, a spokesperson for China's Coast Guard, said. A video released by the Chinese Coast Guard showed the bow of a Philippine vessel making contact with a Chinese ship, damaging part of the deck railing as the Chinese Coast Guard ship fired water at the Philippine vessel. After the break, we'll have stories making headlines in sports.
Start your day by doing the 1, 2, 3 with Colgate. Wake up. Brush your teeth. And smile. Smile throughout your day with Colgate.
Long year 2024, 7 pla baby I born one time HIV. HIV I can go long baby long triple rot. Time bel mama I get HIV, long time long karen baby, na time baby I susu. Tasol Yumi can help him bel mama, long look out him baby inside long bell. Go quick time long bell mama clinic, na kiss him antenatal check. Time Yumi pan him sick HIV area, or time bell mama I positive penis, early treatment I can save him baby. Give him baby healthy start long life. Stop him spread long sick HIV I go long baby. This lutok sawe I come long National AIDS Council Secretariat.
Mr. Russell, vi måste isimsigna sabungin here.
You survey yourself, you can put in one per complaint.
I'm not giving big behavior. Online by doctor. No, also one I'm supposed me on data sorry kisimeli.
You think him go through of Sam? You like putting this plus sexual harassment report long Mr. Russell?
Who said you making this black complaint?
Joining BCFW now member blong ni plan na stand up strong against in workplace harassment.
Blindside and is celebrating a try.
First and exclusive.
In the overworld, wow, anything you can dream about
you can create.
You're going down a very dangerous road, and we ain't been down dangerous roads before.
You're either in or you're out.
Your umbilical is gonna snap. I will come back for you.
Come on!
My devotion to my marriage is my professional weakness.
I don't like lions.
First and exclusive. All new on Saturdays.
Thanks for staying with us on TV1 News. The national women's cricket team is among 9 other nations confirmed to participate in the ICC Women's T20 World Cup Global Qualifier next year. On Monday, PNG Lewas won the final spot in next year's Global Qualifier, with 10 teams chasing a place at the 2026 Women's T20 World Cup in England and Wales.
The national women's cricket team, the PNG Lewas, will compete at next year's ICC Women's T20 World Cup Global Qualifier in Nepal after claiming the final spot of the East Asia Pacific Qualifier. Joining PNG at the Global Qualifier are Nepal, European sides Ireland, Scotland and the Netherlands, as well as Thailand, USA, Zimbabwe, Bangladesh and Namibia. Papua New Guinea kept their dream alive by defeating Vanuatu in the final of the 2025 ICC Women's T20 World Cup East Asia Pacific Qualifier on Monday by clinching a 9-wicket victory in the decider on the back of a 3-wicket haul to Gewatau 3-for-15 and an unbeaten half-century from Naoni Bare. Tom and Isabel Toa bowled superbly to help restrict Vanuatu to just 113 at Albert Park in Suva, with Vare's unbeaten innings of 57 guiding the run chase home alongside a valuable 39 runs from skipper Brenda Tau. The global qualifier will serve as the final opportunity for sides to earn a place at the 2026 ICC Women's T20 World Cup in England and Wales, with 4 spots up for grabs through the event hosted by Nepal during January and February next year. Susan Oreape, TV1 Sports.
9 PNG athletes have been named as part of Team Melanesia to the Oceania Cup. The Papua New Guinea athletes are part of a 19-member team chosen by the Oceania Athletics Association. The Oceania Cup will be held in Nuku'alofa, Tonga on October 30 and 31. The PNG athletes are Pice Whistle, Daniel Baul, Jutis Robinson, Karo Iga, Lucas Osida and Lakona Gerega. Female athletes include Scholastica Herman, Nicolene Kalwa and Raylene Kanam. The Oceania Cup is a team competition with each team composed of up to 10 male and 10 female athletes. Expected to attend the event are Australia, New Zealand, Tonga, Regional Australia and Hawaii. Their presence at the Oceania Cup gives a competitive edge for the Pacific runners. Queensland Rugby League continues to work closely with the Papua New Guinea Rugby Football League by participating in a series of meetings in Port Moresby. This initiative is supported by the Pacific Oz Sports, which is creating opportunities for Pacific athletes, coaches, officials, and administrators to learn, grow, train, and play together.
As Papua New Guinea marked 50 years of independence, the Queensland Rugby League led discussions focused on building a game for the country's next generation. It was sports diplomacy in action, positive relations, delivering practical outcomes. The PNG Rugby Football League and QRL have common challenges and complementary strengths. Support continues beyond match day as QRL helps build a full pathway for officials through referee coordinators and coach mentors, strong referee associations that provide a voice and support, healthy match payments to attract new young referees, and regular courses that lift capability and confidence were addressed. PNG RFL will follow suit with piloting a recruit, retain and plan model in selected districts backed by shared templates and volunteer recruitment plans adapted from recent QRL workshops. PNG RFL will implement referee support and matchday controls alongside coach education, while QRL provides ongoing guidance. Susan Oreape, TV1 Sports.
A look at the weather now. In regional forecasts for southern region, Port Moresby partly cloudy, Alotau mostly cloudy with rain showers and possible thunderstorms. In regional forecast, southern region, Port Moresby partly cloudy, Alotau mostly cloudy with rain showers and possible thunderstorms. In the Momase region, Lae partly sunny to rain showers and possible thunderstorm overnight, and Madang partly cloudy to rain showers overnight. In the New Guinea Islands, KBN cloudy periods with rain showers and possible thunderstorms, and Kimbe partly cloudy periods with rain showers and possible thunderstorms. And in the Highlands region, Mendi, Tari and Wabeg, partly cloudy periods with rain showers and thunderstorms. Ocean forecast for PNG areas for the next 24 hours. Coral Sea sees moderate to rough with east to southeast winds of 20 to 33 knots, reaching 34 to 47 knots. Solomon Sea sees slight to moderate to rough with southeast to easterly winds of 10 to 20 knots, reaching 25 to 33 knots over southern eastern sector. The Bismarck Sea sees slight to moderate to rough with southeast to easterly winds of 10 to 20 knots, reaching 25 to 33 knots over southern sector. And the Pacific Ocean sees slight with easterly winds of 10 to 15 knots, turning southeast at times. And coastal waters forecast, waters of southern PNG Indonesian border to Daru to Kiwai Island to Kerema to Yule Island to Port Moresby to Hood Point to Samarai Islands, seas 1.5 to 3 meters, rising to 4 meters along warning areas, and waters of Finchhafen through Vitiers, Dampier Strait to Siasi Island to Long Island, seas 2 to 3 meters, rising to 4 meters over warning areas. And that wraps up another edition of TV1 News. Thanks for your company. Good night.
The TV1 News was proudly brought to you by
Semakin bapak Arya.
Anti, bangka goksim.
David Loran.
You think you passed it?
Sparks.
It's in me.
Boom! The One Talk jackpot is rolling over week on week. 500,000 Kina. Get your tickets now. Draws every Friday at 7:30 p.m. Play now at 321lotto.com.pg or any of your 321 authorized retailer. 321. Win big every day.
Mr. Russell, we must izin signa sa bumili.